All right, so today we're going to try to unpack this whole Great Pyramid of Giza thing.
Oh, yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, and we've got this really interesting discussion that we're going to be diving
Is it
into.
all in Chinese?
Yeah, all in Chinese, so uh, get ready for some interesting interpretations.
Some unconventional theories, for sure.
Yeah, so for all of you learners out there, get ready for some serious head scratching. We're going to be breaking down some really intriguing theories and hopefully spark some critical thinking along the way.
Yeah, and I think, one of the most fascinating things about this is that, we're not just dealing with, one culture's perspective on this.
Right.
We're dealing with a global conversation. People from all over the world looking at this and dissecting it and analyzing it and coming up with their own interpretations.
Exactly. And you know what's crazy is that this thing has outlasted every other ancient wonder.
I know, it's
It
amazing.
makes you wonder what they were putting in their mortar back then.
Right. What was their secret?
Like, seriously, was it alien technology?
Maybe they knew something we don't.
But it's not even just about how long it's been around. It's the scale of this thing.
Oh, yeah, the scale is mind-boggling.
2.3 million stones,
Can you imagine?
some weighing more than a couple of elephants.
I mean, just picturing those stones is incredible.
Yeah, and they supposedly built this in just 20 years.
20 years. It's insane. Like, what was their project management system?
I mean, I struggle to, rearrange my living room furniture.
Right. And we're talking about millions of tons of stone here.
Okay, so speaking of moving those massive stones, how did they actually do it?
Well, that's a million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah, our sources mention this Earth ramp theory,
Uh-huh.
but that seems a little excessive, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, picture this, a ramp so massive it would make the pyramid look tiny.
Yeah, that's not a ramp, that's a mountain.
Exactly. And think about the angle, the sheer amount of material needed, it would be an engineering nightmare.
Okay, so scratch that theory. What about the internal spiral ramp?
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, it sounds kind of plausible, right?
It does have a certain elegance to it, like a secret passageway within the pyramid itself. But here's the problem. No evidence.
Really?
Nothing. It's like it just vanished into thin air.
So we've got no giant ramp, no secret spiral ramp. So what are we left with the rubble core theory?
The rubble core theory. Yeah, basically, imagine the pyramid not as a solid mass of giant stones,
Okay,
but with a core filled with smaller stones and rubble.
so kind of like a giant stone sandwich.
Exactly, a stone sandwich. So this theory is trying to explain how they might have managed the sheer volume of material needed.
Okay, I see. So it's like a way to make the construction more manageable?
Right, but then the mystery becomes, what exactly is in that core? Is it just rubble, or are we missing some secret chamber filled with ancient treasures?
Oh, that's a good question.
Right, we might be missing out on a whole other level of the pyramid.
Okay, so we've got these theories about how they built it, but then things get really wild when we start talking about these mathematical and astronomical claims.
Oh yeah, this is where it gets really interesting.
Pi encoded in the dimensions alignments with true north theories about the pyramid's height relating to the Earth-Sun distance.
It's almost like they were trying to send us a message.
A really, really complex message.
Maybe they were just showing off their knowledge.
Okay, so let's unpack this pi theory for a second. Are we saying that the ancient Egyptians somehow knew this mathematical constant centuries before the Greeks?
Well, according to some of the calculations, the dimensions of the pyramid actually give a value of pi that's accurate to 4 decimal places.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Right. Especially for a civilization that was supposedly working with pretty basic tools.
Okay, but couldn't that just be a coincidence? I mean, there are only so many ways you can stack a bunch of blocks, right?
True, but then you have the theory about the pyramid's height being a billionth of the Earth-Sun distance.
Okay, that's a little harder to explain away as just chance.
Right, and then on top of that, you've got the incredible alignment with true north with an error margin so tiny it's almost like they had GPS back then.
Hold on, are we actually suggesting that they could pinpoint true north with that level of accuracy thousands of years ago?
Well, our sources mention this fascinating star sighting method.
Yeah.
It involved careful observation of specific stars and using their movements to extrapolate a line pointing to true north.
Wow, so they were basically mapping the stars to build a pyramid.
It seems so, and apparently with the right knowledge and a whole lot of patience, it's actually achievable.
That's incredible. The level of dedication is mind-blowing. It makes you wonder if building the pyramid was just a side project while they were mapping the cosmos.
Maybe they were multitasking.
But here's the real kicker. No blueprints, no design document.
I know it's crazy, right? It's like baking a cake with no recipe, except the cake is 481 feet tall and made of solid rock.
So how do you even begin to coordinate a project like that without some kind of plan? And remember, we're not talking about a simple pile of stones here.
Yeah.
The pyramid's interior is a labyrinth of chambers, corridors, passageways, all meticulously crafted. It's almost as if they were building it piece by piece, layer by layer, without knowing what the final product would look like.
It's a puzzle within a puzzle.
So was the architect just winging it, or was there some kind of ancient knowledge passed down through generations lost to time?
It's a mystery that's captivated historians for centuries, and we may never know the answer for sure.
And just to add another layer of intrigue to this whole thing, there's the curious case of the missing pharaoh.
Oh, yeah. This is where it gets really strange.
You would think that a structure as grand as the Great Pyramid would be overflowing with depictions of the pharaoh who commissioned it, right?
Right, it would make sense, wouldn't it? I mean, it's basically his giant tomb.
But that's not the case at all.
Nope. Despite the pyramid being attributed to Pharaoh Khufu, there's a striking absence of any significant statues or depictions of him inside.
So are we saying there's no proof Khufu even existed? Did someone just make him up?
Well, not exactly. Our sources mention this tiny ivory statuette, a mere 7 centimeters tall, as the only confirmed representation of Khufu.
A 7-centimeter statue for the pharaoh who supposedly built the largest pyramid ever. That's hilarious.
It does seem a little odd, doesn't it?
Like maybe they ran out of budget for statues?
Maybe they spend it all on the stones.
Or maybe Khufu was just really humble.
Yeah, right? The guy who built the Great Pyramid? Oh, no statues for me. Just a tiny little figurine is fine.
It definitely seems off.
It does make you wonder, why was Khufu seemingly erased from history?
Was the pyramid built for a different purpose entirely? Was there even a pharaoh involved at all?
It's a mystery that adds another layer of complexity to this already enigmatic structure.
So we've got this massive pyramid potentially built with a mountain-sized ramp aligned with the stars and encoding mathematical secrets, all while this supposed pharaoh is playing hide-and-seek with history.
It's enough to make you want to grab a shovel and head to Egypt yourself.
Don't forget your compass and protractor.
Oh, and your sense of adventure?
But speaking of mathematical mysteries, our sources bring up some truly mind-boggling numerical coincidences.
Buckle up, because this is where it gets really weird. They talk about this astronomer Charles Smith, who claimed the pyramid's dimensions encode pi.
Pi.
Yeah, pi.
Like 3.14159.
That's the one. And get this, he says the ancient Egyptians knew about it centuries before the Greeks.
Wait, are we saying the ancient Egyptians were secretly math geniuses?
Well, according to Smith's calculations, the pyramid's dimensions give us a value of pi that's accurate to 4 decimal places.
Really? 4 decimal places?
That's what he says, and that level of precision, it's hard to just dismiss as chance.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but I'm also a little skeptical.
I get it. It's a bold claim.
It is, but then our sources go on to mention something even wilder.
Oh, yeah.
The pyramid's height, 148.2 meters,
Okay.
multiplied by 1,000,000,000 supposedly equals the distance between the Earth and the Sun.
Now, that's a coincidence that's hard to ignore.
Seriously, are we suggesting the ancient Egyptians knew the distance to the Sun?
It makes you wonder, how would they even measure something like that?
Were they sending out probes?
Did they have some kind of ancient space program we don't know about?
Were they launching rockets from the top of the pyramid?
I wouldn't rule anything out at this point.
This is getting out of hand.
But wait, there's more. The numerical rabbit hole goes even deeper.
Oh no.
Apparently, the latitude of the pyramid is almost exactly the same as the speed of light expressed in meters per second.
The speed of light. Like the fastest thing in the universe.
That's the one!
The thing that Einstein wrote equations about.
Yep, that's what our sources are suggesting.
And they even point out that a tiny shift in the pyramid's position, just 3 centimeters, would align it perfectly with true north.
It's almost as if they got it deliberately close, but left a tiny margin of error.
Just to mess with us.
Right, like they knew we'd be here trying to figure it out.
So we've got pi, the distance to the sun, the speed of light, almost perfect alignment with true north.
What else could they possibly have crammed in there?
It's like someone was playing cosmic billiards with the pyramid.
It really makes you wonder if there's some kind of hidden code embedded in the pyramid's dimensions.
A message from the past.
Maybe they were trying to tell us something about the universe.
Or maybe they were just showing off.
Could be a bit of both.
Okay, but let's get back to the practical side of things. How did they achieve this level of precision, assuming they weren't getting blueprints beamed down from aliens?
Right. Well, our sources mention this elaborate star sighting technique for finding true north.
Star sighting.
Yeah, imagine standing in the desert, night after night, carefully tracking the movement of stars,
Okay,
using walls and poles and plumb lines to mark their positions.
that sounds incredibly tedious.
It does, but also kind of romantic in a way.
Like ancient wisdom kind of a vibe.
Exactly. But could they really achieve pinpoint accuracy with such rudimentary tools?
We're talking about a time before telescopes, right?
Right, it's really a testament to their dedication and ingenuity.
But it also raises questions.
What?
Why go to such lengths? Was achieving perfect alignment with true north just a matter of architectural pride, or was there something more to it?
Maybe they believed it was a portal to another dimension.
Or a giant sundial?
Or maybe it really was a launch pad for their secret space program.
Okay, now we're back to the rockets.
Well, we might never know for sure, but
Uh,
one thing is certain, the Great Pyramid continues to defy explanation.
It really does.
It's a monument to a civilization that possessed knowledge and skills we're still trying to comprehend.
And speaking of things we're still trying to comprehend,
Sure. Yeah.
there's one final piece to this puzzle that's truly baffling.
What's that?
The lack of any blueprints or design
Oh,
document.
no blueprints. You're kidding, right?
Nope, not a single one.
It's like IKEA furniture with no instructions, except instead of a wobbly bookcase, you end up with a giant pyramid.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
makes no sense. It's mind-boggling. How did they do it?
I know, right? It's
Yeah.
like they were working with some kind of ancient alien technology or something.
Maybe they had time-traveling architects.
Could be. I mean, how else do you explain it? No blueprints, no written instructions, just this massive structure that's been standing for thousands of years.
So we've got this giant, ancient 3D puzzle missing its instruction manual. A pharaoh who's vanished into thin air,
Mhm.
and enough mathematical riddles to make Pythagoras scratch his head.
It's a real head scratcher.
It's like the ancient Egyptians were playing a cosmic game of Clue, and we're still trying to figure out who did it with what and in which chamber.
And the biggest clue might just be the pyramid itself.
What do you mean?
I mean, its existence forces us to question everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Did they have access to knowledge and technologies far beyond our current understanding, or were they just incredibly dedicated, patient, and perhaps a little obsessed with precision?
Maybe a bit of both.
I think so too, but here's the thing. Even without concrete answers, exploring these mysteries is half the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. It's like reading a choose-your-own-adventure book, except the ending is always a giant question mark.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of the Great Pyramid. It's a blank canvas for our imagination.
I like that, a blank canvas for our imagination.
It's a source of endless wonder and a reminder that there's still so much we don't know about our past.
It's humbling in a way.
It challenges us to think outside the box, to question assumptions, and to embrace the unknown.
So what are we supposed to make of all this?
All the theories, the coincidences, the unanswered questions, I don't know. Should we embrace the ancient aliens theories?
Or stick to more conventional explanations?
I think it's important to find a balance between skepticism and open-mindedness.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
We shouldn't dismiss any possibility out of hand, but we also need to be critical of the evidence or lack thereof.
It's like that old saying, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Exactly, but even if we never find that smoking gun,
That definitive proof.
the journey of exploration is just as valuable.
I agree. The process of discovery is what it's all about.
Absolutely. Every new discovery, every new analysis brings us closer to understanding this ancient wonder.
Even if it just raises more questions.
Right, it's a process of continuous learning, of piecing together a puzzle that might never be fully complete.
And who knows, maybe one day someone listening to this will make that groundbreaking discovery.
The aha moment.
Yeah, that unlocks the secrets of the Great Pyramid.
It would be amazing.
Or maybe, just maybe, the mystery is meant to endure.
A testament to the enduring power of human curiosity and our insatiable thirst for knowledge.
Well said. So to all you learners out there, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep an open mind.
The Great Pyramid may be silent, but it speaks volumes about the possibilities that lie beyond our current understanding.
And who knows what other mysteries are waiting to be uncovered just beneath the surface of our everyday world.
That's the exciting part. There's always something new to discover.
Yeah.